Robin Dinda. I'm a professor here at Fitchburg State, and I've been here for 30 years total, including part-time. I'm a composer, I'm a concert organist, I'm something of a writer, and I like working at Fitchburg State because I get to do all of those things.
I'm Amy McLaughlin, and I am a professor in the Humanities department. I teach music classes, including the concert band and the jazz band, as well as music technology and a variety of other lecture classes as needed.
I teach music history here. I also have been part of starting the first year experience program here, and I sometimes teach in the honors program, and I conduct the choirs.
I teach music theory, I teach harmony, I teach the Commonwealth of the Arts class, which is a interdisciplinary fine arts class. I teach the ancient arts class, which is interdisciplinary in the ancient world. And I teach a few history classes, American music and history of jazz. That's one of the great things about Fitchburg State is that it's not a rigid place. Professors can go a little bit outside of their field and we can introduce new courses. And so the ancient arts course means that I can go into ancient times and we can look at what does it mean to be a human being, because they're figuring it out. They invent architecture, they invent music, they invent painting, so there's so much to learn about ourselves by looking at the ancient world.
I knew I wanted to be a professional musician since I was in high school, and I was a very serious tuba player. And when I was an undergrad, I got the chance to lead a brass ensemble, and I loved it so much. So from there, I've been conducting as much as I can. I went on to get a master's degree and a doctoral degree in conducting and music history. And I do a lot of research on Renaissance music in particular. For conducting, a lot of my knowledge comes from working in the field. There's only so much you can do to learn conducting without actually doing it. So I've worked with children's choirs, community choirs, church choirs, school choirs of all ages.
Well, my primary job here is the director of bands, and I have been involved in conducting and directing concert bands and marching bands for the past 20 years. And I'm very excited to bring that expertise and skill set here to Fitchburg, where we have a really excellent opportunity for growth and expansion.
A lot of what Dr. Harvey has taught us for choir is basically obviously what the text is about, but how that text can affect you and how it can affect other people and how to emote it.
Intro to Music Technology was a class I took last year. In my personal time, my free time, I enjoy making music and engineering and producing. And this class, I realized, provided an opportunity to learn more about that, use that software as well as others, and kind of the whole field of music production and technology and sound. I'm really interested in that.
Our music technology class introduces students to a broad range of projects that are designed to build a foundation in knowing how to use the basic skills involved with audio recording and editing and production.
Let's stand up and get ready to sing. Students here are curious and invested in their education, want to get the most that they can out of it, and that in turn challenges me, inspires me to work as hard as I can to help you get where you want to be.
So I love how sometimes he won't teach us the part and he'll just be like, okay, sing. And I'm someone who I came in here not knowing how to read sheet music, at all. I could tell if it went up or down, and I could do the fixed do solfege syllable type thing, but other than that, really couldn't do much. So when he's like, okay, here you go, read measure 14, just go ahead and sing it, I like that. It's terrifying, but it's unnerving in a good way, where you're just like, okay, you gotta get it, and if you don't, there's still time to get it, where it's try it, I'll fix it, we'll do it again, which I really like that, and how there's a lot of patience and a lot of steps towards the final product.
Basic music theory is one of my favorites. It's taught by Professor Dr. Robin Dinda. He really knows what he is talking about. Music is a love of mine, and I really wanted to learn a little bit of theory and what's behind that, and he really brought that to the table.
Well, I'm a keyboardist and a composer, and I've been doing both since I was age 8. And I started formal training in college. I have 3 degrees, Davidson College, University of Cincinnati, University of Michigan. Got my doctorate at Michigan. And throughout all 3 programs, I was studying organ performance and composition, so I've always done both. I'm the university's resident composer, So if they need somebody to write something for a new president's inauguration, I've done that several times. Write music for one of the plays, I'm the person that you generally ask for that. I continue to be published, a lot of organ music, but also music for other ensembles. I've had a publisher since 1987. My music's been performed in Europe, Japan, some in Australia. So that's where I come from. I'm a performer, I still give concerts, and I'm a composer. And sometimes when I want to write a song and I can't find a good text, I'll write a good text, especially if it's a humorous text, because I like laughing.
I think we have a great staff in the Humanities department. This has been one of the most welcoming and friendly and collegiate departments I've ever worked in at any level. Everyone is very supportive of my academic activities here at the school, as well as my professional activities outside of the school. And it's really great to have that level of support from not only the staff in Humanities, but also further up the administration as well.
Fitchburg State in particular, but especially the Humanities Department, is a surprisingly healthy and normal place. Higher education can be terribly political, with a lot of fighting for prestige and a lot of jealousy. And the great thing about Fitchburg State is that it's a teaching institution. We have no superstar faculties or superstar researchers. Everyone's teaching 4 courses each semester, almost always. So we're all colleagues, we're all in the trenches teaching. It started off as a teaching institution, it's still a teaching institution.
I love my faculty colleagues here in the Humanities Department. It's an interesting department because it includes music and visual art and world languages and philosophy. And so I think we have a really healthy and productive mutual respect for each other's expertise. And we also tend to rely on each other for collaboration. There's been some really fruitful work between ourselves. Within the music area specifically, we work really well as a team. We're actually right now working on preparing the first faculty recital, joint faculty recital here at Fitchburg State for as long as any of us can remember. And we're really excited about just putting on a show together.
Here's a word that's really swell, fun to speak or shout or yell.
It's totally for everyone, and it really is one of the best decisions I've ever made, joining choirs. It's meeting new people and learning new things.
Put in your hard work. You got to try. The effort has to be there. There are a few levels of classes that you can take to build up your knowledge. There's a piano class that you can take to get your basic knowledge of piano and notes and stuff. Like I said, basic music theory. They all start at basic levels, but I think that they can build you up to have a pretty solid foundation of knowledge to go out into the field and pursue what you want in the music.